Hello YouTube. Happy International Coming Out Day. I did not know this was the thing. I'm pleasantly surprised. I just saw it come up this morning on my feed for Grant Scoville and Becca Cannout, both awesome bloggers with their own projects. Happy National Coming Out Day. It's a very good thing, I think, to share stories of coming out between people, because it can be very daunting, very challenging, and a thing which people often fear. I know that I've had a massive fear of how people would react to my sexual orientation, way more than I've had fear than actual repercussions. All the pain and everything I've had related to this was all internal. And so, yeah, it's good to acknowledge that happens. So, my coming out, I didn't actually get to come out. That was the interesting thing. Instead, I was outed, sort of. I knew I was gay in year 9 of secondary. How old will I have been? Very early teens. Like maybe 13, 14, that kind of era. And I didn't really even know what that meant, and I didn't quite like it that much, or rather I wanted it to be a very small, unimportant part of my life, because everything that was around at that time was massive gay stereotypes. We had Little Britain with several caricatures, we had Julian Clary, and these things aren't bad inherently, except maybe Julian Clary, but it's the fact that that was all that was on television. There was no variety. There was, this is what gay is. You know, a lot like now, we have quite a few same-sex couples and gay characters in American television media, but they're all Kurt from Glee. They're all that secretary from Ugly Betty. They're kind of all the same person, which sucks massively. It's, you know, there's lack of variety. So the variety of my story is that I didn't get to come out. I instead wrote a blog about me starting doing comedy. Don't bother looking for it, it's only like 3 posts long. It served a purpose, it seemed. And I mentioned breaking up with a boyfriend. And that my brother found it, and in a way that he's really good at doing, kind of said it through a doorway. He's the master of saying things in doorways that are really important, like they're nothing, and then just wandering off. And he brought it up to my parents and said, "Oh, I was broken up with a boyfriend." Whoop. I just left them with that. And so I never actually got to control the experience, and I often wonder how I would have done it, how I wanted to bring it up, because for me, I was kind of unlucky in that it wasn't obvious. They apparently, neither of them had any idea. My mum especially, which is, it's interesting. I frequently question how necessary it is to come out, or at least the format of it. I kind of like the idea of leaving a note in concept, you know, leaving a note or baking a cake or whatever it is that people on Tumblr seem to be doing, because that way the parent has time to let it set, they have time to think it through. If you put someone on the spot and say, "This is a thing, react now, I'm watching you, be nice," then it can be really friggin' daunting. So on the one hand, you might want to have that control of the situation, but on the other hand, I was relieved not to have to make a drama party. Oh god, I did not want to do that. I did not want to sit people down and have crying and have montage and have something that could later be used in a film. No, I didn't want that at all. I just wanted to get out of the way. I wanted to be acknowledged. I just wanted a change of pronouns with discussing partners. That was it. And I guess I got that. Parents, of course, both fantastic. Whole family fantastic. Friend base fantastic. No one's ever really complained to me about it. I would say there may be a lot of pressure on you, if you want to come out, to do so in a sit-down, formal setting. and put people on the spot, put a spotlight on yourself and say, this is what I am, deal with it right now in front of me. And you know what, you may not want that. And I think it's good to look for the way that you want to do it. Because, fudge, I wouldn't want that. I probably may still not have come out if that was the thing. Come out to yourself before you come out to other people. Definitely. Know what you want. And then you'll be able to share what it is you want. Be certain, you know? I suppose it's only just a short update considering I put out a podcast episode earlier today. I'm going to go scan another comic and put it up on genderquestcomic.tumblr.com. Just open the air. It doesn't need to be a shining light, just open up the air to the truth, let it go, and maybe make a cake.